In the rugged and remote Flannan Isles, located in the North Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Scotland, stands the lonely Eilean Mor Lighthouse. This seemingly ordinary lighthouse became the setting for one of the most perplexing and eerie mysteries in maritime history, as the three lighthouse keepers stationed there vanished without a trace. This is the obscure and chilling true story of the disappearance of the Flannan Isles keepers. It was the morning of December 15, 1900, when the steamer Archtor, en route from Philadelphia to Leith, Scotland, passed by the Flannan Isles. The crew aboard the Archtor, accustomed to using the lighthouse's beacon as a navigational aid, noticed with growing concern that the Eilean Mor Lighthouse's light was not shining. This was unusual, especially given the treacherous weather conditions of the North Atlantic during winter. Troubled by the omission, they made a mental note of the anomaly and reported the matter to authorities upon reaching port. Several days later, on December 26, a relief vessel called the Hesperus was dispatched to the Flannan Isles to investigate the situation. Captain James Harvey, a seasoned seafarer, was chosen to lead the mission. Along with him were experienced relief lighthouse keepers. As the Hesperus approached Eilean Mor, the crew aboard the ship was met with an eerie and unsettling sight. The lighthouse's entrance gate and door were both locked from the inside, with no signs of forced entry. Yet, there was no sign of life within, and all the clocks in the building had stopped at various times. Inside the lighthouse, the investigators found half-eaten meals on the table, as if the keepers had suddenly abandoned their food. The kitchen table was set, and the beds were neatly made. However, the three keepers, Thomas Marshall, James Duckett, and Donald MacArthur, were nowhere to be found. The relief keepers searched the entire island, but there was no sign of the missing men. They also noticed that the lighthouse's logbook contained strange entries. On December 12, Thomas Marshall had noted severe winds, but nothing out of the ordinary. However, in the days that followed, entries became increasingly erratic and cryptic. On December 15, the day the light went out, Marshall had written that the storm was "storm ended, sea calm. God is over all." The mystery deepened and it became apparent that the three experienced keepers would not have left the lighthouse without proper cause, especially during a storm. It was clear that they had abandoned their post under bizarre and inexplicable circumstances. A thorough investigation was launched, but it yielded no clues as to the fate of the keepers. Theories ranged from a freak wave sweeping them out to sea to an attack by pirates or foreign spies. Some even speculated that the keepers had been abducted by extraterrestrial beings. The disappearance of the Flannan Isles keepers continued to baffle authorities and capture the public's imagination. The story of Eilean Mor and its vanished keepers inspired numerous books, songs, and even a play. Theories continued to abound, but the truth behind what happened on that remote and desolate island in 1900 remained shrouded in enigma. Eilean Mor, with its lonely lighthouse, stood as a haunting reminder of the three men who vanished without a trace, leaving behind a legacy of unanswered questions and unsettling mystery. The Flannan Isles keepers remained lost in the annals of history, their fate forever obscured by the relentless and unforgiving sea. Over the years, various expeditions and investigations were undertaken to uncover the truth. In 1901, the Northern Lighthouse Board conducted an official inquiry into the disappearances, but it yielded no definitive answers. The inquiry concluded that the keepers had been swept away by an exceptionally powerful wave, despite the absence of any signs of such an event. In the decades that followed, other theories emerged. Some suggested that the keepers had been the victims of an accident or violence, while others proposed that they had succumbed to madness brought on by isolation and harsh weather conditions. Still, none of these explanations provided a satisfying resolution to the mystery. In 1912, a permanent automated light and foghorn were installed at Eilean Mor, ending the era of lighthouse keepers on the island. The lonely tower continued to stand as a silent witness to the enigma that had unfolded within its walls. In 1986, a memorial plaque was unveiled on Eilean Mor to honor the memory of the three vanished keepers. It bears their names and the inscription, "To the memory of Thomas Marshall, James Ducat, Donald MacArthur, who disappeared without a trace from this island on December 15, 1900. Yet, the plaque, like the many investigations before it, offered no answers. The Flannan Isles and their eerie lighthouse remain a place of mystery and intrigue, a haunting testament to the inexplicable disappearance of three men who, on that fateful December day in 1900, vanished into the unknown, leaving behind a legacy of unanswered questions and unsettling mystery. The fate of the Flannan Isles keepers remains a chilling enigma, forever obscured by the relentless and unforgiving sea. The story of Eilean Mor continues to beguile and terrify those who dare to contemplate the chilling riddle of its vanished keepers.